Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my recap of 90 Days, 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Season 4, Episode 1, To Love and Be Wise. Hmm. I don't even think I know what that title means, but let's get into it.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I want to say a special shout out to Callista Callie. Thank you for joining the membership. Welcome to the family. Welcome, Callista Callie. Y'all, look, I am sitting in my office. I've been in my office all day. It's been stinking hot up here. I got on some summer wear, honey, because that's how hot I got it. I'm getting ready to take this jacket out off. I'm sorry, I just can't do it, honey. I'm sitting up here trying to cover up, but y'all gonna have to take me as I am. Y'all, please welcome Callista. Whew. Okay, no, it's not summer. It's dead winter, but hunty, today I have been in summer where you talk about some heat kicking. I got my space heater plus the heater from the anyway. Yup, I'm wearing summer wear dead in the wintertime, but hey, I'm at home. I get to wear what I want to wear. That jacket was just too hot. Hey everybody. Welcome, Callista. So y'all, if I had to rate this episode of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, season 4, episode 1, To Love and Be Wise, I am so conflicted with what I would rate this episode. I guess for being, new and just coming out the gate and them having to give us some history on these people. Well, I guess I probably will rate this a C. Y'all let me know down in the comments section what y'all will rate it. Yeah. These are some different people, all except for one couple. And we're happy that we're getting new people, but with new people, it means that, we've got to go through, setting it up, trying to, talk about who they are, knick-knack, paddywhack, and all that stuff. And I thought that I had some pics of them. I could have sworn I did. Because I introduced the new couples. So let me see. Hoping everybody had a fantastic day today. Yeah, I do have them. Some of the couples I think we didn't get introduced to. But now I got to remember who we did get introduced to. Okay. I think I got them all here. So the first couple that I want to talk about is Kris and Jeymi or Jeymi. TLC has been introducing different cast members to us and different relationships. This particular couple that we are meeting are same sex. It's a same sex couple. And I want to be very right, or at least as politically correct as I can be on this couple and the one that's coming. So if I've taken my time and I seem out of character, it's because I am. It's because I am, y'all. I got some issues with this particular couple. And I'm probably going to say some stuff, but I am going to absolutely try to be as politically correct as I can, as not to offend anybody, right? I don't want to offend nobody. But I got some stuff that I need to say about this couple. So we met Kris. Kris has 2 kids. She's had 2 marriages. I think that was Kris. She's had 2 failed marriages. She lives in the sticks, according to her. The Bible Beltway, as she calls it. And she is in her first same-sex relationship. She's never come out to her family. She has 2 kids. One of them 18. I think the other one is 16. She living with her mama. Her house caught on fire. She's trying to rebuild it so that she can use it as income. She is on her way to go and meet Jeymi. This is Jeymi's first real relationship. The 2 of them are getting married 9 days after Kris gets to Colombia. Now, Jeymi is from Venezuela. She said times was hard, the streets was hard on the girl, and so she moved to Colombia. Kris is going there to be with her. Her kids think that she's doing the wrong thing. They're not on board with it, but they ain't got a whole lot to say, at least not right now. My concern is that the 2 of them, so Jeymi said when she was hanging around her girlfriends, all of them were coupled up. You know, her girlfriends, her boyfriends, they all was coupled up. And she wasn't coupled up. So she said her friend told her to go and see a therapist. So she went to go and see the therapist. And when she went to go and see the therapist, and she gave, talked to the therapist about everything, the therapist was like, okay, are you gay? Are you lesbian? And so she connected with that from her therapist, right? She connected. She was like, okay, maybe that's, what it is, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and the boo-boo-boo. My concern is that these 2 women found each other on an international dating site, and neither one of them have experience in this. Now, I know everybody got started from somewhere, but my concern is that you're starting somewhere with such a big distance between the 2 of you all. We see Kris having a yard sale, selling all kinds of witch, and like she's giving it all up for Kris. Now, Kris says that she has oh my God, what was it called? I knew I wasn't going to remember it. She has a disorder where she falls asleep anywhere, that her body can't tell the difference between night and day. And at one point, she was ghosting Jeymi. So while she was ghosting Jeymi, Jeymi went on the site and started talking to a woman in Texas. Jeymi is on a Skype call with her girlfriends in Venezuela, and she's telling them that Kris is on her way, and Kris gets a text message from the woman in, y'all, okay, this is all kinds of confusing. She gets a text message from the woman in Texas, and the woman in Texas tells her that Jeymi is only using her for her money or from what she could get from her because the two of them been in a relationship and she got receipts. So now that the woman got receipts, Kris then sends a text message to Jeymi, and Jeymi asks her to forgive her for her indiscretion. Again, neither one of them have been in this kind of relationship before. But they believe that this is the best thing for them, and I disagree. Because if you haven't been in a relationship, either one of them before, why would you take on such a long distance relationship, give up everything, and go into this? There was so many other things that happened that they wanted Auntie to pay attention to, and I didn't. I don't think that this woman is as weird as they have wanted us to believe. Her coming out in a fairy costume with wings on and all these different jumpsuits didn't impress me, didn't make me laugh, didn't make me feel any kind of way. It made me feel like they was wasting my motherfucking time. I don't need the gimmicks. I don't need all of that. I need her to be authentically who she is. Who cares what kind of PJs she goes to bed in? I don't think that Kris is as weird as they want us to believe that she is. So I ain't feeding to it at all. This is going to be for the content creators who are going to be covering this. This is going to be very hard for us to do. Because if we drag, we don't want to offend. But I'm going to drag their asses. Again, I will try to be as politically correct as I can be. But honey, I'm dragging them. And so you might as well buckle up and get ready. Because I just believe that this is a disaster waiting to happen. And I don't think that either one of them are ready for this relationship. So they will be getting dragged. Like it or not. And I said what I said. I said exactly what I said. Is this a couple? We got an opportunity to meet Isabel and Gabriel. And Gabriel's name used to be Gabrielle. When I tell you that I was shocked, bitch, it's an understatement. Now, I had already done a review on this and covered these couples, but for some reason, I don't know why I forgot what the hell was going on with this couple. But we meet Gabriel, and he runs a business where he makes underwears with a foam weenus in it. he made these underwears because he said that when he was wearing I don't know what you call it, like a sock in the drawers or whatever, that it floated on the water when he was in the pool. He ignored it and was like, that ain't mine. He said that when he was in kindergarten, he realized that he was lesbian. So he said he came out around 6 as a lesbian. But then after he got more, he got older, he found someone on YouTube who was, I think so, me too, Khadijah. Khadijah, 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 Khadijah. I can make a song out of that. So he makes underwear for people who are trans so that they can have a print. He makes them out of foam that he says real expensive. And he was looking for someone to help him with, the distribution or the manufacturing of these drawers. I went on his website and the underwears is $25 a piece. I'd rather put a sock in. But anyway, that's not me. I don't know nothing about that life. Don't pretend to know about that life. I believe that everybody can love who they want to love and be who they want to be and identify the way that they want to be identified as. I have nothing but love for them, period. Which is what's going to make this very difficult for me, because the stuff that they were doing, him and his friend, outside with the pride parade and them in their underwear and stuff like that, I thought was, again, gimmicky, like they did with Kris. And again, we don't need gimmicks. I don't need it. Show me the people. Don't show me the show. He said that he met her at a friend's house. He said they hit it off. And she didn't know that he was transgender. But he said the next day, he said the next day, his conscience got to him and he texted her and said, hey, I need you to know that I'm transgender. I want to be straight up with you and I don't want to hide it. And he said that she was like, I just see you as a man, period. He said that he has had his, I don't know what you call it, and maybe I should look this stuff up, but he's had his surgery. And he said that he packing down there at the bottom. And she recognizes him as that. Everybody knows but her parents. They have not told her parents that she is with a transgender. So he wants to propose to her, but he doesn't know whether or not he should propose before or after he tells them that he's transgender. And when she met him the first night, and she was looking at him as a man, I thought about if I met someone, you know what, I'm going to leave that alone. Because I think that it's real touchy. And I think that anything that I say can and will be used against me in the court of public opinion. And so I'm not even sure if I'm going to cover this couple. Y'all, for real. Because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to offend anybody. Um her parents don't know. See, somebody said he's paying homegirl's bills. That's why her parents are cool. Her parents don't know. They think that, that he was born as a man. They don't know. And see, and it's these kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's just, this is going to be too touchy for me, y'all. I don't know whether I'm going to cover this couple. Because neither I, and I don't want anybody in my comments saying the wrong thing, y'all. And then next thing you know, we on blast. It's very uncomfortable. Y'all know y'all have never seen me come out here like this. I don't know if I'm going to cover them. I think it's just too controversial for me. And I want to drag him like I drag everybody else, because his sister, when he went to go, prepared to go to be with her, he was getting her name tattooed on his arm. And he said that he was doing this because of his commitment to her. And the sister was like, well, what about the tattoo that's around the back of your neck of the other woman that you was in love with? And so he's got these tattoos on him. He makes these commitments to people in ink. And I didn't like the fact that he felt like because her kids was 12 and 16, that they were grown. No, those kids are very much kids. He feels like he doesn't have to babysit them. But when you coming into a household like that, and she's got teenage kids, and she's allowing you to come up in there like that, you gonna have to take on the responsibility of helping her raise those kids. And I'm gonna tell you, the hardest years of raising them is in their teens. She's gonna need your help unless they live with the parents. But just the attitude of she gonna have to do what she gotta do, and I don't have no responsibility for these kids. You a bonus dad. Now, I don't know if the kids know whether or not he's transgender or not. They never mentioned it. But you gotta, like, this need to be thought out better. I don't know whether or not he says that they already kind of living together. So maybe they've gotten this down. He feels honored. The sister feels like he's not ready. He shouldn't be in this relationship. But he said he grown, damn it, and he gonna do what he want to do. And that's pretty obvious. I think that the service that he's giving to men, or women who are transitioning into men, and before they, get the surgery, the official surgery I think that the service that he is providing is probably helping the self-esteem of many people who want to feel like a man, or to appear, down below, to have like a print and everything. So I think that the service that he's providing to them is a valuable service. Kudos to him for even thinking to do something like that, because I can imagine, just probably how these people feel, right? And I don't mean to say these people, because you know what I'm saying, Lord. You know what? I'm gonna have to let me get the fuck off of this. Let me get off this real quick. Whew. The next couple I want to talk about is Jen and Rishi. Jen said that, she always picks the wrong man. And I'm afraid that Jen has picked the wrong man again. Thank you, boo, for letting me, let me on. Because I'm telling you, talk about a sister over here struggling. I may not cover them. Maybe once we get past this week, it'll be better. But thank you, boo. Thank you, Caribbean gal. Thank you, boo. Okay. Let's carry on. So Jen says that she was on a trip and she met Rishi. She said, she talked to him and everything, found out he was a model and all of that, and all of a sudden she was like a hard no. But then something happened, bitch, and she was a hard yes. And now she's dating Rishi. Rishi said that everybody loved his hair. Honey, they had him out there doing his whole hair regimen. Again, too much. He said that people said that he's the Indian Jesus. And I was like, you know what? TLC will go low. They'll go lower than you think. They will go lower than you think to try to make something funny. I can't wait till we get past this week and we get to actually see these people in action with one another, because this, I think, is one of the hardest reviews I've ever done, where I have been tongue-tied. Like, I'm just like we watched him wash his hair outside, honey. He was slinging that stuff around. And I just was like, I have seen men with beautiful, long, dark, curly hair. I've seen men, that look a whole lot better than Rishi. I'm sorry. But Rishi said that he is not all hair. He's not all model, okay? He's not all fitness, but that he has a law degree. He actually has a law degree, but this is what he's doing to sustain his life. He's a model. She said that she don't have a good, like, her radar for picking good men is off. Like, it's not working at all. But she says that Rishi is different. And I'm saying Rishi is exactly the same kind of man that you said that you've dated before. Like, I don't have no understanding. She's sitting out there talking to her brother. And her brother was like, he done been ghosting you. They show her on a recording, laying on a bed. And she's like, I take it that, things are over between us, and, I'm okay. I guess, it's just not working out. Tears coming down her eyes. I guess it's just not working out. I'm going to do me. I'm going to take care of me. No. Boo, video calls, video recordings, we don't do. We don't apologize on a video call and act desperate. I just was like, she's desperate. She's picking up everything and she's going to be with him because he proposed 30 days after she met him. Bitch, I can't. Maybe this is going to get better, y'all. I think this is going to get better, okay? Y'all come back next week after we get past this, and then we're going to be good, okay? Danielle and Yohan. Now, y'all know we met them on Love in Paradise. And she has made it over to 90 Day Fiancé. Congratulations, Danielle and Yohan. I didn't have like Danielle when she was on Love in Paradise. And I really don't like Danielle now. When Danielle married Yohan, it was almost obvious to us, and I said almost, bitch, that he wanted to be in America, that he married this woman despite all the crystals and the burying of bananas and going to the, the little guy and burning incense and, just walking around with peanut butter in her drawers. Like whatever this man told her to do, she did. If he told her he wanted her to take a bath in some bullshit, she was willing to do that. She got over there with him and the crystal fell, it broke. He ate peanuts. The guy told her, I don't know what you call a guy, but he told her, wash the peanuts, bitch, don't eat none. He goes into the hotel room and eats $200 worth of peanuts out the hotel. All the doctor told her and them, yes, bury your eggs, Dana, like just doing the most, like all kinds of everything he told her not to do, bitch, they did between the two of them. But at the end of the day, she married him. Now she's back in New York. She has a yoga studio and she's a teacher. She runs the yoga studio part-time. She's a teacher full-time by day. She's in there. She tells her two little clients at the end of the class that she's leaving. This is her last class and she's moving to be with him in the DR. But she knows that he wants to be in the United States because we all figured that's why she even dated him. I mean, he even dated her. She met the fam, everything. But Danielle's got a trick up her sleeve. And I was like, you just sleazy and shisty and low, just underhanded, just a fraud in my opinion. She knows that Yohan wants to come to the United States. But she didn't tell him she wants to live in a DR. So she's walking away from her day job and her night job to be with him. She don't even know where she's going to work or anything. She thinks that her American dollars are going to last her the rest of her life over there. She sat down with her two girlfriends and told her girlfriends that she was going over there to be with him and that she is going to be selling her stuff, in the United States, and she's going to be with him. And here we see him practicing English, bitch. He's practicing his English. He says that, when you work there, that the wages are so low, you living day by day. Not week by week, not paycheck by paycheck. He said day by day, bitch. We know that he's taking care of his family. His family, didn't have running water, like none of them, like they all was sleeping on top of each other. But they show hospitality. They invited her into the house. They tried to make it, good. Like Dorinda. They did the best they can or could. He is practicing English because he wants to go to the United States. He says that he wants to be able to take care of him and his family. And that's what a lot of them want. He said that Danielle's sweet. She's a loving person. She's compassionate and all of that. Danielle sits down with her girlfriends and says that she's walking away from her job. When her girlfriend mentioned the pension, she said, oh yeah, they offered me. They told me if I stay one more year that they would add $15,000 on my pension. But I told them to kiss my ass. So the girlfriends was like, well, why would you do this? She was like, by 62. $15,000. $15,000 is a lot to people. Add that on to my retirement when it's time for me to retire. But she's willing to walk away from all of that because she wants to eat mangoes and be on the beach for the rest of her life. She's saying that New York is too expensive. Don't you know that there are cities and towns and states and municipalities and all kinds of there are all kinds of places in here in these here United States that she could live for at a fraction of what she's living for in uh, bitch, I can't. I'm sitting up here thinking I live in DC. Hell yeah, it's high here. But if I move to North Carolina, if I move to Atlanta, if I move somewhere south and some places up north, I'm going to spend less money because the cost of living is not that of the DMV area. She doesn't have to go to the DR to find a beach, bitch. It's beaches here. And then they both can have the world or the life that they've dreamed of. Why hasn't she Googled? She got this man thinking that she has applied for his visa. And she said, I'm probably going to hold his visa. I haven't even filled the paperwork on it. And if I don't file for the visa, he can't come. So the whole time we're thinking that he's using her, she's using him, in my opinion, to be in the DR. She stands up in front of the cameraman straight off the plane and says, I'm going to have to figure, I don't know how he going to act when he realized that he ain't coming to America. And when we met her on Love in Paradise, that's all she was worried about. Was whether or not he was using her to come to the United States. But again, she still married him. Despite all her apprehensions. So now she's playing games with the visa. While he's sitting up there dreaming, she gets in the car and tells him that the American dream ain't real. That his dream to live in the United States and to be something and to make something out of his life in the United States is just a motherfucking dream. That it is not real, that you cannot come to this country, start from nothing and make something out of yourself. She told him, I thought it was so racist. She told him because he didn't speak English that he couldn't come here and make no money. Thank you so much, Kibi, for the $4.99 super chat. I think she don't want him coming here because of the chance of him leaving her when he gets here. He ain't going to stay if he can't come here. Shaking my head. Okay. Thank you so much, Kibi. But when she made that comment, I thought that was filled with so much racism. I thought that was, she stereotyped him. I thought that just because he can't speak English and he speaks Spanish doesn't mean that he can't make it here. Doesn't mean, she told him he couldn't even get a good job because he doesn't speak English. And don't you know that there are opportunities for him or anybody else that comes from another country where English is not their first language for them to be able to get resources and to get the training that they need in order to speak English. It may not be perfect, bitch, because half of us here don't speak it correctly. Okay. Let's just go ahead on and get it twisted. I thought it was just feel. I thought it was very ignorant of her to say that to him. Very ignorant of her to say that to him. Like you just ain't gonna be nothing. Because you can't speak English. Use a damn lie. This is a country that includes and invites everybody. Everybody got a seat at the table, no matter what your background is, no matter what your nationality, no matter your race, ethnicity, no matter your sex, your gender, no matter your disability. Everybody got a seat at the table. So for her to make a comment like that made me just want to throw up. There is a community of people who will help him just like they've helped many others. And I was like, he need to see and these are my opinions based off what she said. You put it out there, we gonna talk about it. Ooh, I'm sweating. Y'all see that? Ooh. We are somebody 12. Ooh. It's hot up in this room. I can't believe I got it hot like summertime up this. I bet you if I took the temperature here, it's probably about 98, 100 degrees up in this. You know I'm ready for a vacation. I hated it. Thank you so much, Dr. Payne Nestor, for the $4.99 super chat. Auntie, I live in Miami. He would be just fine here, 100% in half of Florida. Okay. He would be fine in this area. But she's so narrow-minded. And in my opinion, she has shown what she really thinks about him. He's only good enough. You know what? I'm going to leave it alone. Anyway, I gave this episode a C, when I really probably should have gave it a D, but I gave it a C because we do have new people. I am going to be watching these episodes and making a determination on whether or not the other couples, I will be doing them, because I do not. It is never my intention to offend anybody. And if they continue with these shenanigans and this bullshit that makes me or other content creators uncomfortable about talking about this stuff, I ain't covering them. I'm not going to cover them. Okay? I'm not. Thank you all so much for the super chats. Sorry, this wasn't one of these, fly by night where we laughing and kikiing and car. It's usually like this the first episode. It will get better. But we got to, I guess they got to lay the groundwork. I got to lay the groundwork, but I also have to be sensitive about everybody. Don't forget, y'all, that I believe is it February 1st? That my 600-pound life will be back. And I'm trying to tell you, honey, I cannot wait, because this season look like it's going to be off the hook. I love you all to pieces. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets. Bye, y'all.